Hey Vsauce, Michael here. Did you know that 3% of the Arctic's ice is actually from penguin urine? How's it going? This is Jared from Nyctomnia, and today I'm going to be doing a quick update on what direction I'm planning for this channel to go into, and kind of elaborating on why I haven't been uploading so much recently. Also, I have a cat in the background. He is crying and whining and meowing, so if you hear that, please try to tune that out. Also, I have a cold, so my nose is really stuffy. But I just totally unscripted, so I might ramble a little bit, and topics might be kind of sporadic, I guess you could say. But I want to start off with saying that I enjoy what I do here on YouTube. I enjoy making the videos I make. If I don't enjoy a video I make, I just completely scrap it. If I don't enjoy a series, I won't do it. I don't push myself to do something I don't enjoy, because one, viewers totally see if you're not genuine about the level of enjoyment you're having. If you are playing a series, like for instance, the reason why I didn't make a second Sniper Elite video was because I don't like Sniper Elite 3. I liked it at first, and then I started to realize it's the same thing over and over and over again, and I was not having fun, so I scrapped that. It seems like with YouTube in 2017, it is very hard for smaller channels to get noticed. And what I mean by that is, if you see a video, let's say, I don't know, Resident Evil, okay? Let's say you're playing Resident Evil 7. It's a new game. It's a hit. You'll see someone who has 3 million views. Okay, let's say you never heard of either one of these channels, okay? So let's say that JoBlo68 has a video for a Resident Evil playthrough or whatever that has like 3 million views. And then Donkey Kong 986 has the same Resident Evil video practically. Really good. It's amazingly edited. It is filmed. The guy is hilarious. Maybe even funnier than the guy with 3 million views, but this guy only has 10 views on the video. Which one are you going to watch? You're most likely to click on the one that has a lot of views. And in that, it's the same thing. You could make the best videos you want. You can spend 20 hours a day editing these videos, and still no one will click on them because they don't have enough views to begin with. So it's really hard to break out of that cycle unless you either, like, one of your videos just explodes and goes all over Reddit or whatever it may be, or you get featured in another bigger YouTube's channel, which that in of itself is, again, hard for that to happen when no one's really clicking on your videos because you're a newer channel and don't have that many views. So there is kind of like a paradox where no one clicks on your views because there's no views on it, but you can't get views because no one clicks on it. So it's really, really hard to be able to put out videos every day just to realize that you're talking to a brick wall. And it's the same thing with like Twitter. If you're not famous and don't have, 100,000 followers on Twitter, when you talk or when you type on Twitter, no one really notices. No one pays attention. No one cares. Now, if you're like Kim Kardashian shaking that fat ass, girl, everybody's going to be like, oh my god, fucking great, or you're stupid, or whatever. At least you get some form of interaction. But getting from nothing to a higher... Getting to a higher level, I smacked my hand. That's the tricky part. And that's kind of something that's been going on. Anyways, so I've been doing a lot of my gaming on Twitch. I've been doing a lot of live streams, twitch.tv/Nyctomnia, see you there. But that's because the interaction there is there. Unlike here on YouTube, for me, at least on my channel personally, I don't get any interaction, rarely. Maybe once a month I'll get a comment where dude's like, hey dude, cool video, or cool vid. And I appreciate that, honestly. I do, but the whole point in this channel is to have interaction with people. It feels like I spend hours and hours editing videos for no one to interact back. It's kind of, that was the whole point, is I wanted to build a community where, because it seems like now on YouTube, it's every man for himself or every woman for herself. I wanted to be able to build a community where everybody supports everyone. That's never going to happen, but where instead of tearing each other down to make yourself, bigger or feel better, that you actually help one another out and we all build up. Because it seems like that's how YouTube used to be, but now it doesn't. I mean, I used to make these shitty, but they were fun, but shitty short films where we'd do like Silent Hill videos or whatever, because when I was like 10 years old, Silent Hill was like my favorite game in the whole entire world. And Hunter from Baruchu, or my co-host on Baruchu, Hunter, we would make videos. I've known him since I was like 10 years old, so we've done like everything together. And we would make these Silent Hill videos on YouTube, and they were so bad, but everybody was like, dude, yeah, dude, hilarious, it's a great job. And it's because everybody was actually, at that time, they gave a shit. They didn't fucking try to tear everybody down. They were like, yeah, man, dude, that was funny. Obviously, you need to work a little bit on it, but that was funny, and I see potential, blah, 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 blah. And people supported each other. Long story short, people supported each other. Nowadays, it's like, bro, your fucking video is only 720p 60 frames a second. It needs to be 1080p 60 frames a second, you fucking scrub. Go fucking kill yourself. KYS, you piece of shit. Fucking dickhead. I hope you die. I hope you get hit by a fucking train, you stupid bitch. I'll send you a noose so you can hang yourself. Go hang yourself in your closet. No one loves you. It's like, holy shit, what the fuck? Now, that shit doesn't really bother me. That doesn't really bother me much at all, just because I know it's the internet. And the internet's been like that for a little while now. Especially if you have any social media and or you make videos or create content, then people are always going to shit on you. But that's kind of fun. I live for that. I just really wanted to have the interaction. I wanted to be able to talk to people, interact with people. And that was the whole point. So that's why I've been streaming on Twitch, is because there is interaction. People join in, they talk with you, they choose. I have like song requests on there, so they choose a music. We bounce back and forth live, and I think people enjoy that a lot more than watching a video and leaving a comment, is to be able to interact with someone. And I do too. So that's why I've been doing a lot of live streaming and not really putting anything out on my YouTube channel here. But the kind of direction I want to go in is I want to start making short films. Now, I'm really into like David Lynch. I'm really into like psychological horror, not horror like Paranormal Activity horror. Ugh, gotta scratch my nose. And what I mean by that is, I call it cheap horror or cheap scares, where they don't really cause the audience to think about what's happening. Or you can call it dumb horror, which is another coin term I use for it, which is you just sit there for 2 hours, and the time you get scared is when someone jumps up at you and goes, rah. It's not really too suspenseful. But psychological horror really causes one to think, like, what's going to happen next? And you're trying to kind of give them hints at plot twists, but you don't give them the full hint. So they know, okay, something's going to happen, but I don't know what. Something doesn't seem right about this. And you set them on a path. You start your series or your project, and you set them on a path. And I know my microphone's here. I can't find a better placement for the camera, so whatever. But you set them on a path, okay? They're going down this path. It's a very straightforward project, series. Whatever, you're making a movie, series, whatever, okay? Set them down, okay? They're like, okay, I'm understanding this a little bit, okay, oh, fucking right turn, boom, plot twist, and they're like, whoa, what the fuck? So you don't ever let your audience get comfortable where they're sitting in this timeline of events where they're starting to be able to get comfortable in that series. You want them to always throw twists and turns, so they're always sitting there like, fuck, dude, what's gonna happen next? So that's the kind of horror I like to create. And it's not necessarily like, oh, you got this scary demon chasing after you. Oh, no, watch out. Oh, you're being dragged out of bed. Oh, door slammed really loud. Way to jump scare me. I think jump scares are the cheapest way to scare someone. Because, of course, everybody's going to jump at a jump scare. But what takes time and skill is being able to scare them mentally with their own thoughts. To be able to make them think and get them scared by their own thoughts. And that's hard to do, but it's very entertaining. And when it's done right, which I hope I can do, it's a whole different type of atmosphere, a whole different type of horror. And it's a lot better that way, in my opinion, from what I enjoy watching. Now, if you like Paranormal Activity, do watch it, okay? I don't give a shit. I watched the first, 3, so I'm a sucker too. Being able to cause someone to think and have their own thoughts scare them, that's what's cool. That's what's scary. And if it's coming back to the YouTube thing, is I think that's kind of what I want to do. I want to make short films. I kind of want to work on a series. I've been talking to a few people. I'm not going to list names, but hopefully we can start working on a project soon. It's a lot funner for me to do that than spend 10 hours a day editing videos. Not necessarily anymore since my back injury. I was spending a lot of time editing videos or editing series. And a lot of times people don't know is I'll edit a full series in a day, and then I will release one of those episodes every day. So I spend a lot of time editing where I'll finish a full series like I did Resident Evil 7 before it got removed off my account for some reason, God knows what. But I edited that whole series in one day, and then every day I would upload one episode, you know? And then during those days, I would work on another series or whatever. And it took so long, but no one really gave a shit. And that's just kind of the direction YouTube's went into. But I think, personally, Twitch is the future. It has been for a while now. People enjoy being able to interact with people live and be able to hang out, basically, with someone from across the world. As opposed to watching a YouTube video, you're like, okay. You know, I enjoy the interaction between people. So that's why I've been live streaming a lot. I want to do these short films. I'm going to buy this camera. It's not necessarily this camera. This is my friend's camera, but it's the same model, make model. It's a Canon EOS or EOS Rebel T5i. It is a pretty cheap, not cheap for cheap, but like it's consumer. You don't have to spend $15,000 on like a Red camera or whatever. This is like $600. And it's decent, and it's good enough to start off doing what I want to do. My brother, Hunter, or my best friend, he's like my brother, Hunter, he has a Blackmagic cinema camera, records in 2.5K, but I'm just trying to get enough equipment to start working on stuff. Even if I decide to keep making YouTube videos and stuff like that, I want to use this camera kind of like how I'm doing now. I want to be able to have better quality, even if I don't do it as often, making YouTube videos. I do want to have good quality videos. Like just a couple weeks ago, I bought the Logitech C920 1080p webcam or whatever. Well, now I'm looking at this camera and not really using that except for Skype calls. And even if I spend money on something like that webcam, which for me at the time costs a lot of money, I'm always looking at upgrading. So I'm looking at buying this camera. I'm looking at doing short films. I'm looking at doing whatever it may be, but I still want to do gameplay. And I think a lot of my gameplay is, if something good comes up, I'll record it for YouTube, but most of my recording will be on Twitch. Anyways, I'm sure there's something I'm forgetting, and in editing, I'll remember I forgot something, and I'll be like, ah! But for now, that's it. Thank you all for watching. Again, this is Jared from Nyctomnia, and I will see you later. Take care and have a wonderful day.